Hey guys, it's Tony with Backwoods Biker again. Got another request. Actually, it's a multitude of requests over the last year about tarps and ridgelines. That's what I'm going to cover today. Hang tight. All right, welcome back. Well, as you can see, this is not my normal setting. I'm actually under the pergola in my backyard. Shot a ton of video this morning, and we didn't know it, but the audio machine that we use just died. So all the audio was corrupt. At any rate, here I am. And what you see in front of me are 4 different tarp systems. I'm a primitive type of 3-day guy, especially in the summer, spring, and fall. I like to go out with a tarp, or maybe nothing at all. But when I do go out with a tarp, it's going to be with one of these 4. And I'll talk to you about them. There's not any particular order. But this one is from Aqua. It's the Aqua Defender. It's a 10x10 tarp, one of the best tarps of its kind that's out there right now that I've ever used. It's a great tarp if you're looking for one that's heavy duty and that'll do the job under just about any type of conditions. I've been under heavy rain in this, driving winds, and as long as you have got it secured properly, this will be a good friend for you. That's a great option. Second one here that I'm going to talk about is from Kelty. And it's not a tarp, although they do make some great tarps. The Noah tarp is good. What I have inside of here is the Fieldcraft Poncho. It's their military, from their military division. The Fieldcraft Poncho from them is more than just a poncho. This is a complete survival system. It's a shelter, it's a leader, it's a hammock. I mean, there's so many things you can do with this. And as a shelter, it is tops because of the material that is used, what comes with it. I mean, it's a great option. It is probably the priciest poncho that's out there, but if you are serious about having a serious poncho, take a look at the Kelty Fieldcraft Poncho. All right. Next one up is from Hennessy Hammocks. This is the polyester symmetrical hex fly. This is a huge fly that I've used for a lot of situations here, and as you can see, you know, I've got this orange paracord. That is the Ridgeline for this, and there's also stakes in here. With all of these that you're seeing here today, they are all equipped. They sit on my shelf, and when I decide what I want to take, I grab it, and I know what's in those bags already. I don't have to look for more paracord. I don't have to look for stakes. They're all in here. Okay, this is a nice option here from Hennessy. Beautiful hammock, or excuse me, they make great hammocks, but beautiful hex fly. And then this last one here, I put together. This is a budget tarp, and what I mean by that, it still has the same Ridgeline in it. It has bushcraft wooden stakes in here that I put together, and it has one of those silver cheap tarps. I think I paid like $6 for it. It's a 12x12. I had some emails come in asking me for a cheap tarp system to put on a motorcycle, and this is what I put together, and I've used this several times, rolling down the road, taking it out in the bush with me. You know, it is what it is. If all you want to spend is like $7 or $8 on a tarp system, it's great for that. Add into this bag is probably another $1, so let's just say under $10. That's a great option compared to these other ones, but you're going to get what you pay for. It really doesn't give you a lot of what I want to say sturdy protection. The rain is going to beat it to death. It's going to tear it apart. The heavy winds will tear it apart also. But like I said, for under $10, this is a great option. This particular Aqua Defender tarp is about $120. Sometimes they're on sale. The hex fly from Hennessy, I'm just guessing now, but I think that this is around $100, might be a little bit more. And then the Fieldcraft Poncho comes in around $375. Yeah, I know that's expensive for a poncho, but until you see this, you won't understand it. But once you do, you'll go, oh yeah, I get it, why it costs this so much money. This is a lifetime poncho, and pass it on to somebody else. Now, these are all different, but they do have one common denominator, and the common denominator is this thing right here. This is a pre-made Ridgeline. Every one of these that I have in front of me, I have put a pre-made Ridgeline inside of this. Now, with the exception of the Hennessy hammock, I didn't really have to because there's another way to deploy it. However, there's no better way than a good Ridgeline. And that's really what I want to talk to you about today, is setting up a Ridgeline the way that I do it. I've been asked about it. You know, how do you set up your Ridgeline? What components do you use? Okay, so this happens to be 550 paracord, which, you know, almost everybody uses 550 paracord. And on one end, we'll call it just the standing end, is a bowline that I tied. You know, you can see it's a small bowline here. It doesn't have to be very big. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to get up here and I'm going to focus the camera on one position so I can show you how I do the bowline, and then I'm going to take you all the way down on the other end and show you how I actually deploy this thing. And it can be deployed. I can hang this Ridgeline in less than a minute, and that's no kidding. I can do it in less than a minute if I'm in a big hurry. So before I get up, I'll tell you right now, the key components to this, of course, is your standing end down here with the bowline. Then on the other end, we're going to put a modified trucker's hitch that'll allow you to tighten this up as tight as you want to as a Ridgeline. And then in between are a series of Prusik knots that I have placed inside this Ridgeline, and I'll show you how that's done. And I'm also going to show you how to tie the Prusik, which I've never done before, but I've had a lot of people ask me my version of the Prusik. So let's just hang tight here. Let me get the camera set up so I can get my hands real close and you can see everything, and we'll go from there. Okay, I don't need to be in the shot, just my hands. And that's basically what I'm wanting to show you, okay? So I take this standing end. It's going to become our standing end because it's not going to move. But you see the bowline that's on here right now, okay? And what I do with this, you can just watch me real close here, is I will go around my tree. This is my modified tree, right? Here's my bowline, and then I pull just enough of this Ridgeline off to create a loop that goes inside the bowline, and then I put this spike in here. It can be a tent stake, it can be a wooden stake like this isn't even a stake, it's just a piece of wood, as you can see here. And it's going to form a spike hitch is what that is. So I mean, it's going to be very, very strong. Green is better than dried out, obviously, so you don't snap it. I'm going to bring it up just a little bit here to make sure that we're in the shot there. But you can see that it's not going anywhere. And I'm going to pull it all the way down to the other end. So this is the easy part, okay? Now hang tight. All right, I'm going to move the camera just a little bit here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start right here with this. And we've got our running in here. Down on the other end is where our bowline is at. So we're going to go ahead and make a loop here in this line. You can see that loop. Give yourself a little slack, just kind of twist it, and then once you make the loop, pull yourself some line through there, tighten it like so, right? You got that loop there. Now what you're going to do is you're going to take this running in, you're going to run it through here, and you are going to pull it this way, right? I probably should have done it a little bit sooner, or a little bit further down the line. But then what you're going to do is you're going to go under and back through that loop and pull it down, and you are going to tighten it up against itself, and it bites all on its own, okay? And you can make this thing as tight as you want by just stretching it. See that? Bing, bing, bing. Now, what I do is, let me get this in the shot over here. Okay, focus in here a little bit. What I like to do is go back through a second time, same place, just like you did, and pull it down again against itself. That thing is really rugged. Now, to finish it off, you should pinch this together, go over, create a loop, come back through, and pull it tight against itself here. Okay? All right? Now you can always go back for more if you'd like and make it tighter. All right? Now that is your ridge line. Now here's the beauty of this. You know, you want to get rid of it, you take this running in and you just pull it right out, and everything's going to fall apart, and you just roll it up from this end to that end. So now we've got the ridge line up here that you can actually see it in action. Okay, I'm not going to put any tarps out, I don't need to do that, but because I just wanted to show you the bowline and the trucker's hitch, how I put it together. Okay, it's very, very stout, it's not going to go anywhere. Now there's one more component that I told you I wanted to show you, and that is the Prusik. So hang tight and I'll be back with that. All right, now this is key. The Prusik is key to having a successful ridge line as far as I'm concerned. And the way that I build these Prusiks is I first do a fisherman's knot, you know, here, build myself a loop. And then once you have your loop, you want to make sure you don't put the knot at the top of your Prusik or at the bottom of your Prusik, because that's where a lot of the tension is going to be at. So you want kind of lower, like about 5 o'clock, you know, excuse me, yeah, about 5 o'clock, 4:30, 5 o'clock in your loop. Okay, so this is how we do that. You can see it's not right on the bottom, but it's close. And then what you do is you take that and you build yourself your first, let's lay it over the top of it. Just let it lay over there, and then you pull that piece that has your loop in it through that. Okay, you do it once, you do it twice, making sure that each pass goes to the inside of the Prusik. You go 3 times inside, just dress it up each way you go, and then if you really want to be secure, do a 4th one. All right, now you can start tightening it down, right, as you go. There it is. Okay, you see that? It's all nice and dressed up. There is the Prusik. How do you test the Prusik? How do you know you did it right? Well, the first thing is this should glide up and down without any lateral tension. Let's see if it does it. There he goes, one way, there's the other. Okay, now the second test is that you grab it by the bottom and pull it either to the left or to the right, and it shouldn't go anywhere, and you can see it's very, very stout. Now I want to make mention of this. You have to be sure that when you're building a Prusik, that the Prusik is smaller than the Ridgeline. You can't use the same type. You can't use 550 paracord on 550 paracord. It will slip. It won't bite like it's supposed to. Same thing goes if you get bigger paracord. You can use the 550, or a bigger piece of climbing rope. You can use the 550 as long as the Prusik material is smaller than your main material. All right. Now, why would these be important? Okay. First of all, I have one on each end that I have built. And what I do is I take the corner of my tarp whenever I'm building my shelter, and I will take that with a wooden toggle, and I will secure this, and I'll do it on the other end, so when I want to tighten my tarp, I can get it very, very tight. All right, that's the first thing. And the second thing is on the middle of, let me see if I can pan this a little bit. Show 3 more of these Prusiks, or actually, yeah, I got 3 more of these. And what these are for? Hanging illumination, hanging gear off of the ground, all kinds of things that I do with this. Or I might even use the middle one to secure the tarp a little bit better. All right, guys, that's it. Pretty simple. So if you like the video, hit that subscribe button, like it, share it, and then send us an email down there, tony@backwoodsbiker.com, and we'll put you on our list of free giveaways. We give stuff away every month. People are getting killer gear every month. So until next time, you ride free, you live free, and as always, you be safe out there.